Hello and welcome to my personal review of the Magshear, a rifle that is one of my personal favourites so far that I have found whilst playing Starfield. This is the base variant of it. I'll be doing a basic review of just this one, but I will say that the legendary one that you get from the quest Eye of the Storm, called the Revenant, is a much more impressive version of this rifle, and if you do that quest early on, you're going to get yourself a really good, accurate, powerful weapon. It uses the .50 MI magazine. Most vendors will sell this one. You'll find it in lots of crates and off of various mobs. 75 round magazine. You're going to empty that quickly, but the reload speed is pretty fast. The orange rectangle on the weapon is actually the cartridge. It pulls out really swiftly. 300 rate of fire is accurate. It spits out ammunition. 66% accuracy, not wholly true. I find it to be really accurate. You'll see when I use it that it gives you a really good targeting reticle. You can't really miss unless you're quite twitchy. It's got 5 mod slots to it. Not an issue. The mods for this thing are brilliant. They'll really ramp up the damage and the accuracy for you. If you want to buy this one, you are going to Best Defense, Centurion Arsenal, or Neon Tactical. If you want to loot it, you'll find some in crates, or you will be looking for the Ecliptic Commandant, the Ecliptic Specialist, or Spacer Scums. Your mods are ammunition based. You get your armor piercing rounds, your depleted uranium, you get various muzzle adaptations that will improve your accuracy, and there are several magazines that will speed up the reload time with some internal modifications as well. I'll put a link to the website I'm reading from in the description if you want to go over and have a look at what you can do with this thing without actually going in game and playing with it. I would suggest you head there and have a good look through. But for now, let's take this thing for a spin and see what it can do. What you see on the green marker is what you're going to be hitting. When you come across something that is shootable, the green will turn red. That's what you're going to be shooting at. Hip firing, you can see the ammo counter clearly in front of you, and you can still see most of the green. I mean, that silly little scope that it provides isn't brilliant. It does seem to get in the way a little bit, but nothing to seriously worry about. Let's see if I can find somebody to cause some trouble with. This one. He's low level, but there. That was a hip fire. The gun barely twitched upwards. And I've still got 38 rounds in the magazine. That's 2 down. Let's get a bit more range. Still decent fire rate to it. Reload speed, in and out, clip. I've got the rapid reload perk, 1 point in there, so I get a 10% boost to the reload, but it's still really swift without it. There's nothing to really worry about. You can get reloaded and back in the fight nice and quick. I think they're all inside now. So, that's better off being up there, wouldn't I? Let's go and say hello, and we'll try some aim down the sight firing. Let's see what we can do with this. All clear. Where are they? Ah, there he is. He tears the armor apart and takes him down really swiftly. Unless you start running into something heavily armoured, you're not really going to have much of a problem, especially with your standard spacers with this one. the speed at which it expends the ammunition. I mean, even with the small number that it offers for the actual damage, the amount of ammunition that it fires at the target, there's not a lot they can really do about it. You're going to kill most things that you do manage to target. Pretty certain I saw one run around this way. There he is. So it just turns a little red as you get into the target range. He's stuck on the door.
This isn't happening.
Always remember to reload before you go into a fight. And he dies. It's a fun weapon. It is an awful lot of fun once you get used to how it fires and you start messing around with the modifications. Like I say, if you can get the Revenant version, then you get a lot more firepower with it. It's an absolute blast to use. In fact, I will give you a brief demonstration here. This is the standard base version of the Magshear, and that's the Revenant version. This has been modified. I've put some more bits and pieces on there, but you can see that I've gone from 75 rounds to 99 rounds. Don't think there's anybody left to actually shoot at now. I've cleared it out, but anyway. You can see it's the cosmetic difference as well. But even the base one will stand up to most mobs, even at current level. I mean, these were lower than me, than my current level, but I have no doubt that if I was to take this into a fight against levels 30 and above, it would still do significant damage. It will tear armor apart because of the way it fires and what it fires. It's just a fun rifle to use. It's I would rate it as one of my top 3 so far to play about with. It's just, I love the speed of which it can just expend the ammunition and most things just get blasted apart. There's no stumbling to it. You won't knock them around. You'll literally just blast through whatever they've got to offer. The only issue I ran into recently with this one was a beast on one of my quests that was just so high level that it just wasn't doing the damage that was needed, but that was more because I was just at the wrong level for that particular quest. If you're going at level or slightly lower, or even just slightly higher, I was dealing with something that was like 30 levels higher than me, so I ran into a bit of an issue, but I still overcame it with the Revenant variant. It just took a little bit more time to bring it down. But if you're fighting mobs that are at your current level, this will do the job. It'll do the job brilliantly. You can get the ammunition really simplistically. You'll find it all over the place, or just keep buying it. Ammo doesn't mess around with your mass, so you can stockpile your ammo. Every time you visit a vendor, just pick up some of the ammunition for it, and you'll be fine. You can almost use this exclusively if you wanted to as your only weapon, and I don't see any realistic problems. It's good at range, it's good at close quarter, it's good in medium range. The recoil is minimal. It's a fantastic weapon whether you're moving around or staying still. The only thing I will point out is the stumbling chance when you're reloading. Unless you're standing still, this sometimes has an issue where it won't reload. So when you do run out of ammunition, try to hide around a corner and to stand still and reload. It will just save you a lot of time in having to reload several times. But I think that's pretty much standard for a lot of weapons. Bethesda seems to have put that into the game, and that's a good thing. It's added a little bit more realism. No real complaints. There are perks that you can skills, not perks. There are skills that you can buy that actually reduce the amount of probability of having your reload interrupted. So it's definitely worth looking into that if you're finding more and more that you're getting stumbled whilst you're reloading. So here we go. That is the Magshear. It's a brilliant weapon. I highly recommend it. I try not to be biased when it comes to weapons. I've tried to keep these as just a personal review rather than a you must get this or you must get that or you must ignore this or that. That's not what I want to do. But for my own personal recommendation for me, the Magshear is a brilliant go-to weapon and well worth the time to look at. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. You can leave me a comment. I will try to respond if I can. And I will see you in the next one.